In this scenario, what we have to do is we have to display the account rating on contact record page. So for example, if I go to contact, right, let's see if I have contacts. Let's go here and open any contact. And contacts are related to accounts, right? So under the details tab, you will see the account that they are related to. So what we want to do is we want to see on this contact record page, on this page, we want to see what is the rating of related account. For example, in this scenario, the related account, which is United Oil and Gas Corporation, has a rating. Let's check what the rating is. And the rating is hot. All right, and the rating is hot. And what we want to do is we want to display this rating on the contact record page. All right, that's the goal here. We go to our requirement, and whatever that rating is needs to get displayed on the contact record page. All right, because that's going to provide a quick way to our users to see what is the rating of the related account without necessarily navigating to the account record page from this contact, okay? They want that information to be displayed here. They don't want to go necessarily go to the account and check it from there. So for that, again, we're going to build a formula field on the contact object. So we will go to Object Manager from here. Then we'll type contact. Select that. Fields and relationship. And we will select new. The data type is going to be formula. Okay. And then click next. Let's give it a name. So we'll give it a name as account rating. Okay. So what will our formula field return? What kind of calculation it's going to do and what kind of data type it is going to return? Well, what it will do is it will check the account rating, and whatever that account rating is, it will return that and display it on our contact record page. And what kind of data type do you think we need to display this type of messages like hot, rating, hot, warm, cold? This is a text message, right? So that's why, because we want to display a text message to our users, we will select text as the return type. And let's click on next one more time. Now here is the main part. Previously, we used if functions for our scenarios, but in this scenario, we're not going to use if function. We're going to use a function that is called a case. So for example, let's select case from here and insert it. And this is how we're going to build a case function. So I'm going to keep that case function up here for our reference, and I will insert another one. And this is going to be the one that we will be updating and building on. Now here, we have this expression, and then we have value 1, result 1, value 2, result 2, else result. So this expression over here is asking us, okay, what is the field that you're checking? What is the field that you're checking and seeing what the value is? The field that we're checking the value from is going to be the rating field on the account object, right? So we want to check this rating on the related account. And that's going to be our expression here in this scenario. So my expression here is going to be the field from the accounts rating field. Okay, the account rating field. Let me insert that. So from the contact, I went to account. This arrow sign means select fields. If I click here, it will allow me to select fields from the account. If you come down here, these are the fields that you have available for on the contact record. If you click here, it will allow you, this arrow sign means it is going to take you to the other object, to another object. And here, these are the fields that you can select from the user object. All right. Because owner is a user and it takes you to the user object and allows you to select fields. Created by, we don't want to go there. That's also that will also take you to the user object. Okay. So anywhere you see an arrow, that means it is taking you to another object. But in our scenario, we have to go here because the rating field is on account object, right? So that's why we have to click this option so that we can select the fields from the related account. And what is the field name? The field name is rating. So I'm gonna click on any field, type R on my keyboard, and it will take me to the rating field, and then insert. So this is my expression now. You see, my expression got replaced with this value. It says value 1. What does value 1 and result 1 mean? So value 1, basically here what I'm doing is I'm saying if this value is hot, okay, if this value is hot, okay, if this value is hot, let me type hot here. I have to give quotations. If the account rating is hot, and then the result also has to be hot, okay? This is the value. The value 2, the result is going to be the message that will get displayed on the contact. Okay, so just check this parts and compare it with this expression, value 1 and result 1. My expression is account rating field. If that value is hot, then the result should be hot. And this is the result. This is the expression or value that will get displayed on the contact record. So this is one of the options, one of the value that this pick list field can have, right? This pick list field, which is the account rating field, can have warm displayed in it as well. Now I'm going to say, if that value is warm, on the account, then display warm on contact as well. Okay. Else, if it's not warm, it can be cold, right? That's why in order to handle this scenario, I will say, if it is cold, this 3 dots mean we can keep adding, okay? We can keep adding. That's what it means. We have one more scenario that we have to handle. If the account rating is cold, then we want to display what message on contact? We want to display the same rating, right? Whatever the account rating is, we want to display it on contact. Else, okay, we have fourth option here. Hot, warm, cold, or sometimes the rating will not be defined. The rating will not be defined. In this scenario, we will say, if none of this is true, we're going to apply this else result, which means we can say account rating is not known. Okay, that can be our message. That means account rating is not known or is not defined. So this is our original function, and we built this one to meet the requirement of this formula field. I'm checking account rating field. If account rating is hot, display hot on contact. If account rating is warm, display warm on contact. If account rating is cold, display cold on contact. If account rating is none of these values, then display this message on contact. So I'm going to delete this part and check the syntax. Everything looks good here. And I will copy this message and make that the description, field description. Click next. Make this field available to these two profiles. Click next. Add that to all the page layouts we have. And then let's navigate to a contact record to see how it works. I'm opening a contact record. We'll go to details. Let's check that account rating field, if it's here or not. Doesn't look like it is here yet. Let's do a refresh. All right, so let's check that one more time. Account rating is here, you see? This is the field that we just created. It's a formula field. As you know, we cannot edit this value. This value derived by the value on the account. Let me go to the account, related account, and check it. And as you can see, the rating is empty here. It's not defined. That's why we were seeing that message there. If I now change this to hot, then my contact also needs to display hot. Let's go to contact. And here we are. And this message is still displaying the old message. Let's do a refresh here. Details tab. And then we have this hot value displayed. So for each contact record, that value will depend on the value on the related account. Okay. So it can be different for each contact. So for this one, account rating is warm. So we can tell that if you go to the account record and check the value there, it will also display warm. All right. So that's basically how it works. In this scenario, we have used a case function, and case function is a very good one to use if you're checking values in the pick list in one field and displaying results in another formula field. So one of the questions that we have is, instead of displaying this message when account rating is empty, can we just keep this field empty as well? For example, if I go to the account record, the rating is empty, right? We also want to keep the value on the account empty as well, instead of saying account rating is not known. So for that, we just need to do a quick tweak on our formula field. Instead of specifically returning this message, we can just get rid of it and include and keep the quotation marks here, and then save it. So that will display, we'll keep that field empty on the contact record. For example, if I go to the related contact now, and after, I don't have to refresh here, it's already displays empty value in this field. Okay, that's one way to handle it. Another question is, how do we know the correct spelling of this pick list field values? So for example, if you accidentally, instead of hot, if you type hot, Salesforce will not recognize that. So it still will tell you everything looks good here, but in reality, you would be misspelling the hot value here, right? And that will result in never evaluating this part of the formula field and that means you'll never be able to return hot value for the contact. In order to be sure that you are typing the correct pick list values, you have to check the field on the account. So in our scenario, we're using the account rating field from the account object. So you have to go to the account object and check that rating field and see what the spellings are. Here we see those API names. So this is where you can get the exact spellings if you need to.